Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. There we go.
Okay. What happened there? That was weird. Okay.
The computer's been a little bit funky today, which we'll see if it turns out all right. Just for confusion, the vertical stream, that's not my favorite either. I don't think it's any of our favorites. We're all very much used to the horizontal, the landscape stream. You always have the option to choose that. StreamYards now gives us the option to stream both ways. So for the folks that are a little bit more TikTok oriented or something like that, it makes it easier to find for them. You can always go landscape. That's what we stick to anyway. We're just doing it to try to expand ourselves just a bit.
Yep.
The easiest way to figure it out, there's the description, excuse me. There is the actual title for the episode, and then there's a little phone at the end that looks like it's just standing upright. That's the vertical stream. If you don't see that, you're on the right one.
All right.
Anyway, howdy. Welcome
Hello.
back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV movie channel. Sarah, how are you today for Stargate Outpost?
I'm doing good. It's kind of an icky, rainy day here in Seattle. Surprise, surprise.
I had to say, it's a rainy day there all the time. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Icky.
Well, not always, but yes, a lot, especially in the winter.
That's the truth. It might be, I don't know if it's rainy on board the Destiny, but I know it's icky, and it's probably been icky for a long time up there. We obviously have a fun thing to talk about today. If you haven't seen the Tachyon Pulse podcast video that Jay put out a little bit ago, go check that thing out. That is the basis of what we're talking about for today.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is the Destiny crew worth saving in the new Stargate series. Is it worth taking the time to go back to the third, shortest, least successful version of Stargate that there's ever been? I say that a little rudely because, yes, it needs to be. They have to go back. It's so damn good, even though it's the least successful, even though it's the shortest.
Right. But a lot of that had to do with what was going on with MGM and stuff, too, I think.
Very much
got
so.
Canceled, so.
And we talked about it when we were covering SGU. Then we went into, we went SG1, SGA, SGU, all the different best and worst episodes on Stargate Outpost. Go check those videos out if you haven't already, of course. Yes, it is.
Yes.
And then, of course, we dove into Stargate Origins, Catherine, and Stargate Infinity just to kind of get the outliers of Stargate. Universe is kind of, there's few things better than I won't have to. I'll have to be good. My roommate just brought me. It's better than bed and breakfast. If you get breakfast in bed, whatever I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Breakfast on stream. We're gonna hide it over here though. Anyway, that's the best distraction you could have. Oh, somebody got David in here without even having to say the thing. Welcome everybody. Back on track real quick.
Eli the Cannibal. There we go. Now.
What? Oh, Eli the Oh, God.
Yeah, he's been slowly.
Just one time. He's been saving Rush for last.
Yeah. Just taking a leg off each person.
No rush on Rush. So, of course, we started off saying it's not the most successful of the Stargate shows. A lot of people consider it the thing that killed Stargate, but it's not fair. Like you just pointed out, MGM had a whole lot of things going on. And realistically, even if Atlantis or SG1 were going to keep going rather than SGU, it still probably would have ended around that same time. So, in hindsight, they say hindsight's 20/20. We might as well enjoy what we have and actually sit with it and learn from it. Obviously, that season 1 is a little slow, like we figured out while we were doing our rewatch and stuff.
Yeah, the first half, it starts picking up, but there's a lot of groundwork and, like we got to spend all this time like figuring out the basic necessity stuff. It's kind of snooze, but anyway.
It's trying to find its footing from, and I've tried to point out whenever Jay in the past have been like, it's so different. It's just Battlestar Galactica. It is with a Stargate formula. And of course the Stargate formula is there. We've talked about that. And that just feels like that first half of season 1 is just, how do we have the old formula and do something new at the same time? And I think by season 2 and that second half of season 1, like you said, they figured it out.
Yeah.
Now, all that being said, is it worth the writers for this new show to figure out how to save Destiny for this new series. And I guess the quintessential question, not necessarily, there's two questions, two big ones, and I think they are different, and they do correlate into kind of a third question that is the same, just kind of put together, is the crew worth saving? But also, and kind of more importantly, is the Destiny worth saving?
I would say the Destiny more than the crew, because it's an ancient ship and all the technology, and can they, it seems to have the ability to repair itself, right? To some degree, that those
as long as
robots
it can go through the sun and kind of not have its own DRDs, kind of Moya, but like
DRDs, they kind of do actually.
It does in a way, and also now that it seems like, and who knows how many ancients have actually ascended or more so digitized their consciousness within Destiny.
Yeah,
it could have been the entirety of the old ship.
Yeah,
it's really interesting in that aspect. I think. I'm kind of with you on the ship is probably worth more than the actual crew, even with Eli and Rush being two of the greatest minds humanity may have ever seen.
Yeah.
The Destiny was the greatest thing the ancients ever even came up with, and could only do it once. They weren't able to replicate it. We've seen other Alteran ships, other ancient ships, and they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they're no Destiny. And
there's the seed ships too, but I think the seed ship got destroyed, right? I don't know if there's more than one of those, maybe. Anyway.
That would make sense. But also, that would have been like a season 3 or 4 kind of thing. What season would we be in right now? Or are we simply just saying that the Destiny's been floating the entire time? There are ways of bringing back the cast that make it more difficult than just bringing back the Destiny. So we answered that one pretty simply, is which one's more important? We can ask the whys in a second. Let me not put my phone against metal so it doesn't make terrible grating sounds in the background. Why are each one important to pick up? Destiny and the crew. But before we answer that, would it make you sad if the crew were not picked up at all and they only got the Destiny and everybody was dead, besides maybe Rush or maybe Eli, maybe one person, or we get a cool sequence of events like a keynote that tells the story of the ship kind of dying and the crew waking up and having one last mission just to send it back to Earth before.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think it'd be nice to be able to keep Rush at the bare minimum because of the background radiation thing in his mind. And even though he's kind of an a-hole, his personality he's kind of grating and not, he doesn't get along well with people, but he'd be worth saving. Eli may be second to that. I don't know if there's anyone else that like we'd really miss if they had died. It's just kind of like, it'd be sad, but I mean, maybe Young. I think those are the only 3 that really would matter, if even Young would.
I don't think Young matters. I think Camille Ray would matter more because of just her level of civilian.
Right, she was kind of the civilian leader.
Liaison at the very least.
Right. Her too, I guess. But
are there any actors who said they won't return?
Who knows? I don't think
there's a soul.
I guess Jay had said there was I don't know if it was like a confirmed thing that they had approached Robert Carlyle, right, to see, but I don't know if that was ever a confirmed thing or not. I think it was just a thing that was out there. So who knows? We'll find out.
They had approached Robert Carlyle about something, because Carlyle did mention in an interview, and he was just very dicey about what he was actually able to say or not. And
Lou Diamond Phillips would be.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you saying Diamond Phillips won't return or needs a return? Because LDP needs to be in it. I hate to say it, and as much as I really go to bat for SGU as often as possible,
Mm-hmm.
I think the only person legitimately worth saving from that crew is Rush.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it came down to it, you had to pick one crew member, he would be the one. Yeah.
I almost wish they'd.
So,
I know for the series, it made more sense for Eli to be the good guy that stays alive and tends to everybody, but I would much rather have seen Rush stay alive, so that way they could have done the cop out of, oh yeah, he let everybody die. We're back on Earth now. Like it would have just been that. Would have been very easy.
He just let everybody die. He
Rush
would. He would like make that, because wasn't there an episode even where they were having to choose like which crew people to save and stuff, and he was like, "Oh, these are the people
I'm in charge now,"
and everybody was like, "What?" And he was just like, "Yeah, it makes sense. Just be rational about it. Take emotion out of it, you know." But I don't know.
And to a degree, when you're in the vacuum of space like you are, going through multiple, not just galaxies, but I mean galaxies, I guess they're going through the universe, but it feels like it's infinite the way they're moving. Not Stargate Infinity, but infinite the way that Destiny's going across space. It's just I don't think anybody worth. No, they're all worth a bunch of stuff in their own ways, obviously, on Stargate universe. But if you were taking that cold, calculated, emotional kind of take the emotion out and make it make sense, what Stargate has to do sometimes. Rush is kind of the only.
And to me, it's like, I mean, you would have to do that. I mean, what other choice would there be, kind of thing?
Oh, there's one other choice. For two reasons. It's the second reason's kind of already gone by the wayside. Chloe Armstrong, because her dad was a senator, but they didn't try to save the senator in the first place, and they know the senator's already dead. So that one's kind of gone already. The other thought though is that Chloe does have alien DNA inside of her now and has a mind that works stronger than maybe even Rush's. We just haven't seen it come to fruition. And a good question I don't see a lot of people asking is, Chloe has been in stasis, supposedly, allegedly, whatever, for this long, while Eli's been tending to everybody. Does that mean that alien intellect has grown in her brain, or is it in stasis as well? Is she going to wake up and be that much smarter? Like all these years have not passed physically for her, but mentally, all this stuff is still going on.
Or are they going to do a thing where like all of their consciousnesses have been loaded into the Destiny, and they've all been like kind of talking to each other, you know, in the virtual world or whatever you want to call it? You know, it'd be interesting.
That might be interesting. Popcorn saying real quick, Chloe got cured. Worst decision ever. I guess they cured Chloe of the blue alien disease. They cured her of the disease. That doesn't mean she doesn't have a lot of that DNA still in there. Because remember, that second half of season
like
2,
some of that intellect and stuff, right? Afterwards,
she keeps getting smarter and smarter. It's not just retaining; she's growing. And that would have been really cool to have seen.
Yeah, and Rush even was using her to solve equations and stuff. So.
And I don't love saying it necessarily, but Robert Carlyle is. There's. I don't. As an actor, I don't like rating actors necessarily. Also, as much as I love Quentin Tarantino, why are you hounded on Paul Dano like that? You know, it's not necessary. I don't like when people hound on people for the sake of hounding on people. If there's constructiveness within just talking about it, hell yeah, you know. Life's difficult. Might as well talk about some difficult things, and there's some nuances in there sometimes. Let's find those. But with Robert Carlyle, as much as I really do thoroughly enjoy the rest of the cast, Robert Carlyle and Lou Diamond Phillips, and Louis Ferreira almost as well, but Louis Ferreira just plays such a grating character. Colonel Young sucks. I've said it before. I'll say it 1,000 more times. I love Louis Ferreira. Colonel Young sucks. I would have been very happy.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was starting to get a little bit better towards the end, but you know, he was kind of a
It took TJ
Well,
to
that's
make.
why him and Rush were always. 'Cause they are just kind of both a-holes. Yeah. So,
I really think
mhm.
Robert Carlyle and Lou Diamond Phillips held that show together for the most part.
Mhm.
Eli was the heart. He was the emotional core, the heart of it, like that. But
Yeah, he was
we're talking.
supposed to be the comic relief, but those what is it, Volkner and the other guy kind of were starting to be more of like the comedy in the show.
Brody and Volkner were definitely
Yeah.
the better
Mhm.
comedic relief.
Yeah.
And do you know who was honestly better comedic relief than Eli?
Who?
Half of it's because he just makes you uncomfortable. Greer.
Oh,
Greer's
yeah.
hilarious. I
Yeah.
mean, he's a complete asshole a lot of the times, but
Yeah.
he's doing it for a
Yeah.
he always has a reason. He's not just doing it for the
Mhm.
sake of doing it.
Right. They kind of
This is-
made him almost like he was mentally unstable or something at first, and then they kind of normalized him as the show went on. But yeah.
and you know, I think that was kind of before its time, trying to take on, not necessarily before its time, but you know, before
Mhm.
every TV show has somebody with this mental health thing over here and somebody has this little
Mhm.
thing over here,
Yeah.
which is realistic. If we're being completely honest, it just gets a little
Right.
overdrawn in
Right.
modern TV.
They did have that one guy that went crazy. But,
Yeah. And Lieutenant James almost went crazy.
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
kind of got screwed over a couple times. Scott screwed her over.
Right. Yeah, he was just kind of
Literally.
using her.
Yeah.
And then when Chloe comes along, oh, bye. I'll go with her. Anyway, so that was kind
Greer
of
was the
a
jarhead. Yeah.
jerk thing that he did. I mean, of course, they made him the nice guy, pretty quickly after that. But gosh, something else was in my head that I forgot. Oh, and with James too, where she thought she had killed Scott and stuff, like that
Yeah.
episode, that really messed with her. Oof. Yeah.
God, both of them definitely had it. I mean, no. Okay, neither one of them had it the hardest on the ship. There's one who
Mhm.
stands out far more in the
Mhm.
aspect of, oh yeah, life sucks out here.
Mhm.
TJ,
Mhm.
she got screwed every chance possible.
Yeah, like being pregnant by the by
By
being
your
pregnant with Young's kid and like all that. And
while Young is
well, she was
doing
gonna
everything he
leave
can to. Oh
and
yeah,
then couldn't because all this happened or whatever, like before she left. Because she was just gonna go off and like have the kid and just live her life or whatever. And and then just what happens with, they kind of, I guess, bring it to, I don't know if I want to say a happy ending, but she gets kind of like this piece that her baby's in a good place or whatever, and whatever that was. Was that planet builder stuff? God, what? There's a few little mystery things like that in SGU as well that are a little, I don't know what
yeah.
you want to say, magical, spiritual,
It
whatever.
it goes past
But,
our current
yeah.
understanding of
Yeah.
science.
Mhm.
One thing Stargate does well with the ancient stuff is it does get a little kind of fantastical and almost religious in a lot of ways. Obviously, religious in a lot of ways.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Um,
With the background message and all that.
but even their approach to philosophy and their approach
Mhm.
to the spiritualism, to the kind of
Mhm.
what some would, I enjoy and I appreciate how they correlate pseudoscience with actual science. And yes, it's
Mhm.
science fiction, but they do a
Yeah.
really good job of putting in the same world where, okay,
Yeah.
all of this alien stuff's going on, but also, yeah, Daniel's ascending right now, even though he should be dying. And yeah, we'll see him
Mhm.
again in half a season. He was-
Yeah.
huh? You know,
Yeah, he'll come
just,
back and visit,
well, and to do it well and not to
Yeah.
like screw up things as well. It's just it
Mhm.
was a tightrope to walk, and they did it well. They
Mhm.
did it very well. Where was it
Yeah.
a moment ago? That restaurant wasn't the end of the universe. It was just part of the Milky Way galaxy, simply. But something like this would be so cool. Something like
Mhm.
this would be so cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, is this
Mo-
something we want them to bring back right away, like when it returns? I'm saying, I don't know, maybe a line of dialogue that, okay, we're going to acknowledge the Destiny's out there. There's these people over here working about it. Now let's tell this story. And then maybe later on we get into it. It just seems like it's this whole like how do you integrate that? It seems like it needs to be kind of like do a made for TV movie that resolves that or something. Or maybe a couple episodes, I don't know. It's just, it's hard. How do you mesh those things together? Because it's like, I don't know. It can be done, but
and that's why I think this is a very important question to ask. Is just the title of the stream today is: are they worth saving, or is it more trouble than it's worth? Not just production wise and all that kind of stuff, but in universe wise as well. Depending on where we're at, obviously we have all this Asgard tech and all these different things, but as the Asgard tech happen, okay, well now we have Atlantis here. These things are important, and these are big events that have happened. Have we taken the manpower to put Atlantis back in the Pegasus galaxy? We obviously know what's over there and waiting for us with the Wraith. How much more military power did we put there? How much does that weaken us at home? How much are we fighting against the Lucian Alliance? Are we backing up the Tok'ra? Are we backing up the Jaffa? Are we backing up the Unis? Are we backing up all these other people?
Right. Yeah. Like what's the politics of the universe? I mean, not only just the politics on Earth of is the gate known, not known, just all the politics of that, then, there's all the politics out there too going on.
Well,
I mean, I would assume the Jaffa kind of figured things out by now, maybe, at least to the most part.
Especially after the Ori.
Yeah. Well, are the Ori completely gone or just diminished? I mean, I guess there could be a way they could write them back, but why would you? I think just leave the Ori alone. That was enough.
Sorry, I'm typing. There's a landscape stream for those two that are stuck in that vertical stream. There is a landscape one as well. There's two streams. StreamYard is trying a new thing. Ancients being grateful and showing appreciation. Not hard to believe at all. We don't need to jump and stay on it, but it is an interesting thought just for the approach of how the political aspect of the galaxy is going to be held. Is it does kind of seem like and hey, we can talk about politics all day or not, but America is a little bit of a world police at times, and I think Stargate definitely ended up leaning into galactic police, and where we end in SG1 and I guess SGA, but really SG, well, both of them, the way the Lucian Alliance is when we get back to the galaxy, Milky Way, it's kind of screwy. And at that point, with the new Asgard power we have, we definitely kind of take that American militaristic approach. It's the American military that the show's based in and off of, but
and that's the thing too. Like, does the SGC still exist, or is it all just an international body running it now? And is it secret? Is it out? I can lean towards it should be kept secret, but I can see an argument for it being known, and maybe it would be a good thing. Like, not just we know. I guess if the gate exists, then we become part of the intergalactic community, I guess we call it. Like, everybody's aware that there's aliens now and that's real. And, I don't know, is there alien tourism? We see the Unis at Disneyland or what? I don't know.
Or have the Unis bring their own Disneyland to Earth. Go to Unis Land.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I was at Disneyland last Tuesday. If we had a MGM version of it, and I could have been at anywhere Stargate wise, if I could have been on Atlantis or in the Fallout world, I would have been even happier. MGM, Amazon, what are y'all doing? MGM, you've done crazy things like this before selling and doing all that, but come on, we believe in you.
Yeah.
I can't remember anyone but Eli, Rush, and Chloe. There's a great cast of people, but realistically, Sokar said only people worth saving on the Destiny are Eli and Rush and Chloe. I really think Chloe
Maybe,
out.
yeah, because of her, it'd be
Outdoes
interesting.
Eli, excuse me.
But yeah,
it's really interesting. I prefer the program to stay secret. Having Stargate being plausible in the current world was part of the magic that made it intriguing.
Yeah,
I think I agree. I don't think Brad Wright does, because of course he was going to bring it back no matter what, kind of.
Yep.
But
Volkner and Brody, yeah.
Oh, that's what you were asking. You were just asking who was worth saving. I thought you were asking who should have just kind of gone the wayside first. Volker and Brody would be fun to save.
Yeah.
I would rather save them than Eli first, if I'm being 100% honest. But
well, they're the smart and like next level smartest people, I guess, on this ship too. I mean, I don't know, there's the botanist chick and a lot of people.
Park as well, yeah. Arguably Volker, Brody, and Park would be more beneficial to save than Eli if you're saving Rush and or Chloe.
Right.
Because Eli, he's too smart for his own good sometimes, where he's gonna go figure something out, but he's got to do it by himself, and it's making sure that everybody else trying to do the one thing that's going on is not getting done at the time that it's supposed to.
Right.
Rush and Chloe can kind of take that role a little bit, and Rush would very much just lead Brody, Volker, and Park. And just say, hey, this is what we're doing. I need you three on this, you on this, you on this, you on this. Don't question. Do what I'm saying. Da-da-da. All right, rush out. Whatever Rush always does. Park was still blind Dax, yeah.
Yeah.
So, after reduced to botanist chick, it was Dr. Park. She was great.
Yeah.
And it was really sad when she was blinded.
I didn't remember what her name was, so just botanist chick works.
At least it wasn't me.
I'm so respectful,
I read this as, I'm cool with Rush being a future big band. I was like, they were already a big band.
Big bad. I mean, could he go kind of nuts with this, wanting to figure out the static in the back of the universe? Because he's kind of shown that he was willing maybe to sacrifice people for his own ends of figuring out what stuff was or learning what something was. Like, he seems to think the static in the universe thing is the most important thing of this whole deal. Figuring that out.
Probably right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so much there to go down, exploring that and not just getting the destiny back. I mean, should they just do like an off camera, like, oh yeah, we figured it out, the destiny's back, and just kind of not even go, just it's back and we just have whatever characters we want back. And that all happened in the last, intervening years.
I'm not convinced Rush, even though he is, and like you said, he's willing to sacrifice people, not for the sake of sacrificing them, but because he definitely ends up being a much more emotionally, not much more, excuse me, but a more emotionally grounded person than where he started. Thanks to, is it Amy? What's her name again?
Amanda?
Amanda, there we go.
Was it Amanda? Okay, yeah. The chick in the wheelchair, body swapped with Ray. Was it? Yeah.
Definitely helped bring the emotions he was suppressing down back to him.
Right.
So he's an actual person.
Yeah.
Rather than just he's still a bit of a sarcastic asshole and a bit of an asshole just regularly at the same time.
Right. He wasn't really dealing with his wife's death the proper way and stuff. And we kind of saw, and then that episode that has where Daniel's in it, where they have that talk and they, whatever it is, the alien or whatever he sees, like he goes through the whole process of his wife dying again while he's trying to figure out that formula or whatever. I think that resolved a lot for him with that experience, whatever that was. But
that's why I kind of had to rush back. Much more grounded, but he definitely ends up being a more grounded person. I don't ultimately think he would end up being a big bad. I think it would be really interesting and kind of even cool to see them prop him up as such and kind of say, oh, this guy is doing things for the sake of science, sacrificing people.
Yeah.
These things are happening. He might still have some of his people with him. Maybe some of the crew's still alive, whatever's going on. But he's obviously putting people in harm's way.
Yeah.
Partially because he has to. Right. And the other part is just because I don't know if anybody has a deeper curiosity of just what intellect is itself. He's just trying to figure out where the even comes from himself. Oh, are we back?
Yep.
A little. I was just saying he just is trying to figure out where that curiosity even comes from himself.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like he's trying to. I don't know. He's like the existence of God or something is. They kind of put that angle to it too about him wanting to find this message was like. Is this God like speaking to us? Is this evidence that God exists, or this is the starting point of what is now the universe or whatever?
I think the second he figures out, obviously we don't have the exact reason he's doing this or the exact reason he's doing this. Obviously we've been given the reason. His wife died, and he's kind of just been absorbed in his work. And while he's been absorbed in his work, he's been making waves. And he's figured out a whole bunch. He's doing so good. He's at least figured out the mathematical problem that you have to solve to get to the next step of what we can't figure out, what we need to do. Oh, well, Eli solved it. Hell yeah, we got somebody.
Yeah.
But to figure out even the problem to write down on a chalkboard to put into a video game, Rush did that. And it's a very complicated thing. I don't think he would ultimately be a bad guy, but it would be really interesting to see them set him up like that, and then for him to kind of turn head at the very end and say, I know I did some bad things, but it was for this, and this is where we are.
Right. Yeah. He's very much an ends justifies the means kind of thinking.
And if the end were to justify the mean at the end, he would be a hero. He would be a tragic hero.
Oh, yeah.
But a hero.
Yeah, and I think that's what he's trying to do.
And I think that's far more interesting. As much as I love the Destiny crew, as much as I love SGU, all these different things, it's far more interesting. And ultimately, if what we did this entire episode about, this entire Stargate Outpost episode here, are they worth saving? Not really. Rush?
Not the crew. Rush and the ship. That's about it, I think. Yeah.
Long story short, simple answer. We're done with stream. See y'all next week. No.
Bye.
But realistically, I don't think they are worth saving. I think Rush and then the ship itself are the only two things. And Chloe. I don't think Eli. I think Chloe supersedes Eli now. I did it for me.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah. Yep.
Rush. We got to go through chat and see some stuff. I liked SGU as well. Great show.
Yes. It was the first Stargate I watched.
It intrigued you enough to jump into the rest of it, which is really.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a couple years after that, but I did eventually. I had to wait till it was on streaming because back when I wanted to watch it, streaming didn't exist. So I would had to have bought like each season of the show. And my girls were like babies then too. So I just had bigger things going on. And when it moved to Sci-Fi Channel, so I didn't have Showtime. When it moved to Sci-Fi Channel, I just could never seem to catch the reruns when they started over again. So
yeah, it's I have so many thoughts. I don't know exactly where to start with them.
Yeah, there's a lot of different
So I'm gonna be bad for a moment and go grab some tea. And in the meantime, I'm gonna let you and
Colonel Quest.
Mr. Melvin, Mr. Quest himself down here.
Oh. How's it going?
Going well.
Good.
There we are.
How are you?
Hello.
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. All right. we're going to pose the same question we've been discussing for the last half
Mhm.
hour to you. Obviously, make it at least a minute and a half answer because I got to get this tea. And my cat is trying to steal my food. I might take a bite of this food while I'm walking. So, is the Destiny worth saving? Is Eli worth saving? Is Rush worth saving? And why is Chloe worth saving more than Eli? Be back in a minute.
Discuss.
Well, I think they're all worth saving, to be honest. I've always had a thing where it's like justice for Eli, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's my stick. I mean, I want to know what happens to Eli.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to know that. I don't know. Is he worth saving, though? I don't know. I mean, he's worth getting something, some kind of credit for what he's doing, keeping the ship running or whatever, you know. Maybe he has resorted to cannibalism if he couldn't get that pod fixed.
No, I think that
no.
Yeah, he's Eli is capable.
Oh yeah.
He might not be one of the fittest guys on the ship, but he is capable.
No. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that in the time that he's not in stasis, I think he has the capability of finding things on Destiny. Like I've said before. I mean, Eli could figure out how to program those 2 repair robots to repair the Destiny, so that he gets access to different decks of the ship, different areas, and there could be a food synthesizer in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could easily write that in. I don't think it would be a problem. I mean, it's a little simple, but they could do it.
Well, a lot of cases, the simplest is the best option.
Yeah,
keep it simple.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. But I think they're all worth saving. But in my opinion, Chloe is not really a strong character out of the bunch.
Yeah.
The way she's written, sure, but do you not think so after she's now just kind of tied for this? It depends on the day whether Eli or Rush is the smartest person there. Eli might be legitimately smarter in like a book sense than Rush, but Eli can't come close to dealing with things as they pop up in real time. Rush is the person that can actually like manage himself while dealing with his intellect. Chloe seems more able to manage herself while dealing with her intellect than Eli is, and she's only had that level of intellect for a short amount of time.
Yeah, man, it'd be interesting to study her DNA, I guess, of what happened there. It's supposed to be back to normal, though, right? But her brain, I guess, what's different?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, they left it such a huge part of the plot, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure out. Do y'all see a little like and subscribe thing popping up in the bottom?
No.
Nope.
I think StreamYard is being weird on us. I was trying to do some cool buttons over here. But yes, keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Do you think with the alien intellect that Chloe has and the DNA in there, she's not a little bit more reasonable to save than Eli?
The thing is that all of their intellects have a place in the story, so it's hard to say which one's more important intellect wise. It's like most of the soldiers, they're not intelligent. They're soldiers. That's their job. That's what they know to do.
You don't think Greer's going to pass the SAT or something?
No. I don't think any of the military people are worth saving, really. Maybe Young would be like the only, well, I don't know, Young or Scott would be the only ones if you're going to do it. But I think from I don't know, like you're saying with the intellect, it's got to be Rush, Eli, Chloe, maybe one of the other scientists. But it just depends on how many people do we want to save. How many of these actors are willing to come back? That may be what it comes down to.
I guess simply put, Melvin, just because we've answered that in the most simple version of it, and of course expanded on different ways to do it. Are they worth saving? Are Eli and Rush and the crew worth saving? And separate question, is the Destiny worth saving? Third question, which is more,
Fifth
which is
question.
worth more.
Which is worth more?
Saving more. I said it and I was like, oh, there's half the grammar there.
Mhm.
Missing a word.
It's all equal, in my opinion. There are characters that I would be happy not to see come back again, but if they can bring them all back, then do so. Because there are several storylines that are on the go at the same time by the time it finished.
Yeah.
That we need closure. Closure is the more important thing. It's what we haven't got. We never got real closure for Atlantis. We never got real closure for SG-1. So we need to know what's happening, what has happened, what is going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, how long were the Destiny crew supposed to stay asleep?
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. So
Been 3 times 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's just been left open with no closure. Closure is important for everything.
The Destiny exploded. The end. There we go. They can move on.
Yeah, well, they did that with another sci-fi franchise. There's a sci-fi franchise that I loved. Sequest DSV.
Yeah.
End of the first season, Sequest gets blown up. Spoilers. But at the beginning of the second season, they build a new one. They build a new one because they needed to continue the story. But with Destiny, maybe Destiny's not a one-of-a-kind ship. Maybe there is actually a few of them heading out.
We have seen the Destiny turn and not clone itself, but there have been 2 Destinies before.
Yeah, that was twin Destinies.
Yeah,
but I don't mean that. I mean that's the same ship. Maybe there's one or two other Destiny class ships out there on the same route.
Ships. Like Sarah pointed out earlier, there is the one siege ship we've seen. There could be more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always puzzled by that because didn't they say that there were supposed to be 3 seeding ships in the show? I'm pretty sure that they said that there were 3 at least.
I don't know if they gave a number, but I remember them saying more.
We have lost 1, but why would you send 3 ships to seed gates ahead of 1 single ship? If you had multiple ships, it would make more sense.
Totally.
Right. Yeah.
So
send 30 ships. Shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pre-warp speed ship storyline.
Yeah. There's a lot of story just in SGU by itself. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you, because that's almost its whole complete thing just on its own almost. Like, how do you mix that in with trying to, Atlantis SG-1 kind of thing, which, I mean, Atlantis SG-1 blends together a lot easier to me than SGU.
Yeah.
But
but the thing is, Atlantis is the only ship, literally the ship, the only ship capable of getting to Destiny with using their wormhole drive.
Right. If it can be fixed. Yeah.
Or copied.
Does that happen? Do we have a new series? One thing that we have not talked about, and actually, hey, we're going down a wormhole. Rabbit hole. Rabbit worms. Worm rabbit.
You might as well say wormhole. We're talking Stargate, so it's definitely a wormhole.
Yeah.
Well, there might be rabbits down there. There's intergalactic rabbits. You never know.
But don't talk about rabbits. I've been watching a lot of anime now lately, and all the rabbits seem to attack and eat people. So
I haven't been watching anime, but my brain goes straight to Monty Python. There's only one way to solve that problem. Holy hand grenades.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? Oh, okay. So, come on. I just had a good way of phrasing it too, and it just went.
Shadow, I agree. A Daedalus class ship theoretically could get to Destiny, but it would take a really long time. They're still traveling at hyperspeed, so it's not ludicrous speed like they do in Spaceballs. So
that's what they need to add, ludicrous speed.
But the wormhole drive, it's almost instantaneous.
Two thoughts here. First is a question that we can kind of get to after the thoughts, because the thoughts are fun. The question is more realistic. Are they even going to? Are they and will they going to fix the wormhole drive? Is that something that the new series, hey, we've been working on 15 years, all this Asgard tech, all these cool things that we haven't been able to figure out the wormhole drive, and here we are. So, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Hold up.
No.
Let me run with this. I'm going to see if you like it. So, they have it fixed. Episode 1, the pilot. We're opening up to them fixing the wormhole drive. For new people, that is kind of cool. They're like, okay, this is kind of like, I guess, some kind of familiar cast to some degree.
Yeah.
Some familiar faces to some degree out here. Cool. We now have a wormhole drive. What's that mean? Some cool new technology. Interesting for new people. Obviously, for all of us coming back in, that'll be, it wasn't the brightest thing in the world, but hear me out.
No. I don't agree. Wormhole drive is actually a very capable, advancement for the ancients.
Right.
They created the Stargates in the first place.
Cool idea too. I like it.
Exactly.
Having the wormhole drive does make sense.
Crichton. There we go. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because it's so hard to get the energy to even be able to do that. And there's a lot of different things that go into place. Okay, so this hypothetical here. Are you ready? We open up this new series. Martin Garrow has already filmed it, produced it, written it, and we're jumping in. All our favorite people have consulted on it, so on and so forth. It's finally here, and we're watching the first episode.
And it's shit.
All right. No.
Hopefully, crossing fingers, it's going to be great.
I'm crossing everything: my arms, my fingers, my legs. Please. So the wormhole drive is functional, and we're opening the series with them actually making it functional again. All these things happen. That would be cool for new people, for old people alike. It would definitely annoy some, but it would be interesting if you start in Stargate Command, so you have the SG-1 bases there, but then they realize we have the wormhole drive working again. We need some things from the Destiny. They're still floating out there. Everything seems to be fine. We've been talking to Eli on the stones. He has just enough to survive, whatever it be. The wormhole drive of Atlantis goes to save the Destiny and doesn't have enough power to get back.
Or
Martin Garrow did say that this is a new chapter of Stargate in a brand new area that we haven't seen before. That opens the avenue where we could still get some old faces. I hate that it's even the avenue that we could take in coming back and watching all this would be seeing stones to be able to communicate from the old galaxy.
Yep.
But doing it right this time would be interesting. And they know a good balance of how to do that, I think, now. Would that be a deal breaker for y'all, or would that excite y'all to, instead of jump back in with what we all expect, for them to kind of focus on the SG-1 and SGA aspect of the world, to focus on the SGA and SGU aspect, because those are the ones asking the deeper questions that matter for Stargate as a whole. As much as I love SG-1, it was done asking questions by the time it was there. The Ori was the last question it seemed like it could really ask, and that's okay. SGA and SGU had some bigger questions to ask, and we're leading into those, and it would be really cool, I think, to pick back up there. Or would that be too little of SG-1, even though we'd be starting back in the main world? We'd maybe see some SG-1 folk, whoever. It'd be cameo time to a degree, and maybe they could come back by the end of the season or come back by season 2, whatever it may be. Does that move the needle for you at all?
It would work as a story. I just don't know. It's just hard to say. Because I get what you're saying, that there's more questions to be answered with SGA and SGU than there is with SG-1. I like the idea of it would be a way to kind of bring all three of those franchises together.
Because it's kind of hard to focus on SG-1 or SGA in either Milky Way or Pegasus and find a functionally sound way of making Destiny and the SGU, either cast, crew, or just the ship itself, find its way back into the main storyline without having something just preposterous kind of happened to the Destiny,
Right.
whether that be good, bad, somewhere in the middle, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of the planet at the beginning of Universe? Was it Icarus?
I think so.
Icarus Base. I don't know.
Icarus
if that's
Base.
Icarus Base, but I can't remember the name of the planet. But surely Atlantis' database would be able to let them know where there are more planets like that.
Yeah, the Nakoda planets.
Yeah, whether they're in the Pegasus galaxy or in the Milky Way, it doesn't matter. I mean, they're still going to have the ability to connect to Destiny, right?
It still requires destroying the planet, though, right?
Not necessarily. Yeah. Don't forget that planet was technically only blew up because it was under attack by the Illusionary Alliance. All the energy from the weapons fire was what made it unstable. Right. So maybe it should have been fine if it wasn't for that. So that would make more sense, and it follows a story that we've had previously in SGU.
I still don't know if
the Illusionary Alliance did it.
Yeah.
Would that reach far enough now? Because the Destiny it's not just trotting along the way it was. It's very much now off the course it was going to be on originally, off the path that was going. And it's shooting in much faster. Yeah, they've reawakened the ship and made it do a lot of things it wasn't doing, and it's kind of almost stasis mode.
Yeah, but I don't
a lot of that was to avoid they were trying to avoid the drones that kept finding them every time they dropped out.
Yeah, but they were avoiding certain systems. That's why they went to that blue the blue, was it the blue dwarf to refuel?
Yeah.
Was it the blue? Yeah, it was the blue dwarf to avoid those aliens. So they weren't off course. They just skipped over certain parts of the journey.
Right.
That's what I mean. Like if they sent 3 seed ships to seed gates on leading in that direction, it doesn't make sense that there's a wide area where they could go around a certain number of gates in order to do it. So such a wide aspect for seeding the ships ahead of Destiny, seeding the planets ahead of Destiny doesn't make sense. Make more sense if there were more ships like Destiny on the trip. That would make more sense. So,
but maybe those ships did exist and just I mean, the Destiny was in pretty bad shape when they got on it. So
who's to say Destiny was the first one? Maybe it was the second.
Yeah.
Well, because they say as much though, because they say that this ship's been being built for so long, we can't figure it out, yada yada yada, and they finally get it out kind of before Atlantis does. I'm pretty sure they say it's the only ship, and they were having trouble with it in the first place.
Right.
I don't remember that.
Well, and Rush thinks it was built just to explore that static thing, right? Or
part of its mission? If I remember rightly, did Rush not say that that the ancients converted a ship they already had for the journey,
or maybe had found or something? Because it doesn't look like any of the other Alterran ships.
Well,
no, I mean, technically, the puddle jumpers don't look like their ships. They're just because physically, aesthetically, they don't fit with an Orion class ship. They don't look. It's like if you look at an aircraft carrier and look at the aircraft on that carrier, they fit. They look like they belong on that ship.
Right.
So your technology always matches, an aesthetic.
Right.
If you think about it, or a design aesthetic.
Right.
So the puddle jumpers, they don't fit. They don't even fit in with Atlantis architecture.
Yeah.
The hulls are a different color, and the patterning's different.
Yeah, because everything else is very red, orange, gray.
Yeah.
Hey, but an aircraft doesn't look like an aircraft carrier.
No, it doesn't look like it. No, but it looks like it belongs. If that makes sense. I mean, the color scheme matches the carrier because it is.
This is what I remember.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Rush is talking about this because I don't remember the scene well enough, but I remember the scene where Rush is talking about things like this, and you see the Destiny in port being built. But isn't that in Atlantis? Whenever they meet the ancients in like the last 2 seasons, and they're
I don't remember seeing it. Maybe I should go back and watch it.
I think that might
Yeah.
actually be Atlantis.
Because I
in
do
season
not
4 or
remember
5.
ever seeing the Destiny being built.
We did. Hold
Right.
up. Talk amongst yourselves.
Time to Google things. Okay. So do we think the ancients maybe were taking things from planet builders? Because that seems to be like the next higher up in the hierarchy of beings or whatever. It's like planet builders, ancients, everybody else kind of thing.
Weren't they already creating planets?
Yeah.
Might not have been physically recreating planets, but the ancients are responsible for terraforming the planets for human life.
Right.
It's because of their expansion from planet to planet.
Yeah. Yeah, and are those obelisks, or if that's the right term, are they just markers, or were they machines that did the terraforming?
I don't know. It's to me, I find that a lot like the Expanse, because in the Expanse you've got objects in the Expanse that they don't make sense. So the obelisk, we see it on one planet.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is that planet so special? We don't know. We know that they left some crew behind, and that those crew members came back and died later on. Spoilers.
Yeah.
In case after all this time someone hasn't watched the universe.
Could that happen to the Destiny? Like them be returned to Earth, like the shuttle was returned to the Destiny?
I don't remember who put it in here. It was Bitcoin Capital said Destiny's destination being the Milky Way would be the ultimate plot twist. How would you be pissed off?
They're
or
heading
would
for
you laugh a little bit.
I'd be pissed off because at the beginning of the series they say that Destiny was on a mission to the center of the universe, not a galaxy.
Yeah,
this is true.
That's why it's called Universe. Sorry, just what I'd point out. But yeah.
Planet builders placing breadcrumbs for the ants to find the way.
What?
No,
I guess
they wouldn't be aware of each other.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think maybe the ancients have learned some of the things they've learned from the planet builders, almost like the Goa'uld have learned everything they've learned from species and peoples before their time?
Well, think about it this way: how many millions of years did they say that Destiny was on its journey?
A few.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't remember.
A good few million years, right?
Yeah, it's been a while, a minute.
That distance, I mean, even for the planet builders, I think that they wouldn't have never met the ancients, so they would never have interacted or had even seen each other's technology. Anyway, we don't know.
Maybe, I mean, it's possible. There could have
the planet builders the people at the center of the universe, or are they just some of the more advanced ones because the races are older in the center of the universe?
Yeah,
that's gotta. They have said a few things that they can totally just leave by the wayside as well. They don't have to pick up anything from SGU, I guess. They really they could just say it sucks. We sent a really cool I guess they didn't send the ship, but we found a really cool ship and lost a bunch of cool people to it. It sucks. Sorry.
I mean, if the new show wants to link and into universe at all, yes, get some of the old the actors back, have them using the communication ring stones, whatever. But at the same time, they could find was the Destiny built at Earth, or was it at another planet, which may have had a city ship like Atlantis on it at some point, and maybe the gate never stayed there. Maybe another Atlantis took the gate with them. So there is a planet out there that can only be gotten to by ship that they find in, say, the Atlantis database. And they find the actual facility that constructed Destiny.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then they can find an Icarus planet and send parts that they learn to build to replace parts on Destiny, so that they got replacement parts.
Yeah.
So the only reason I bring up the point that they can totally just say, well, the Destiny happened and sayonara, is because they've kind of done it before. Not with the Ancients to a degree. Obviously, the Ori ended up being a whole storyline that kind of felt like it was full circle for the whole SG-1 story because of the Ancients. They figured it out. Now they're almost on par with the Ancients. Definitely not there yet, but hey, they can fight if need be.
Anyway, you said earlier on when someone said about the Destiny not being on its original course, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
they don't need gates. They have shuttles. They don't need gates. They have shuttles and sensors. They can fly over into a system, find out if there's a planet there that is capable of supporting life, and go and get supplies. Obviously, in Stargate, there's many of them. There's many more of them than there would actually exist in reality.
Right.
Well, I mean, even in universe, they say that they sent the seeding ships in advance, literally because they needed to find specific planets that could support life. But there are many of them, considering that they're supposed to be very rare.
The reason I kind of bring that up is in the past, phone started ringing, my bad. They have, I mean, the easiest example, I mean, they didn't like leave the Ancients by the wayside or anything. They did kind of finish that story, but they definitely didn't do what we thought they would do with the Ancients. And instead of doing things with the Ancients, they brought in the Ori. They said, okay, well, we don't really want to have to fully explain the Ancients and all that. So you can have a little Merlin, you can have a little more whatever. Here's the Ori instead. Modern thought.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's that's the thing I want to know about.
There's no
that's
gate.
Really cool.
There was no gate on the planet they moved to.
I guess ultimately the thought I'm trying to have here is this avenue of Stargate even something that they want to continue on with, or will they minimize the Ancients, the religious aspect of Stargate, jumping into, because we dive into SGU, that's where they're going. The planet builders are, planet builders, what they're gods or God or whatever it is, we don't know. That is conceptually, that's about the only thing that we could put word-wise to that power structure or whatever that being is. That because and ultimately the closest thing we've seen to an ancient or even a planet builder is the ethereal beings that Daniel sends his grandpa off with. Those are so cool. What happens with them?
To tie that in would be kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do my best Scooby-Doo noise. I don't know.
I think we thought of that before. Though, were those beings like actually planet builders or akin to that? Yeah.
We've jumped down that rabbit hole conversation. I guess now my thought is that even something with the way modern audiences, people aren't gravitating towards religious shows or anything. People are kind of gravitating towards more logistical, thought-thinking, sci-fi type of shows. If it's sci-fi, your Foundation, your Andor, your etc. Is that even an avenue that Garrow and company would want to take, or would it very much be, hey, let's stick with the sci-fi? We don't need to jump into this. Is the third largest sci-fi franchise that's ever been made. They're not fantasy. It might be kind of up there, sure, but
well, they should stick with sci-fi to start, and then if the show becomes successful and popular, then you can start digging into those kind of deeper mysteries of the universe stuff.
Well, that's kind of my thought as well. And even though, honestly, out of all the rabbit holes we've gone down the last few years, the one that definitely excites me the most, and it might be recency bias because my brain just came up with it while we were doing this stream, is I like that Atlantis rebuilding the wormhole, starting the series off and jumping to the Destiny, and those two ships almost having to fight with each other kind of deal or something. You know, they would be two gates close enough to jump back and forth between one another too, which would be interesting. As great, and that's the most that excites me more than I think any other. The other things make more like logical sense. I feel like the rabbit holes we've jumped on for the last few years about how we could bring this show back, how they're going to bring the show back, yada yada yada. That's just fun. That is out there and it's unique and it still ropes all three series in a meaningful way. I just am now asking myself, is that even something they're going to do? Because if you lean into the SGU aspect, you have to lean into planet builders to a degree. That was the whole point of everything going on over there.
Oh yeah.
Which means you have to bring in that larger than life, that more grandiose and our own understanding. I'm sure that's something that will probably work its way back into Stargate over time. But is that where we're going to start?
No.
Are they even remotely interested in starting there?
No, I don't think so. Because there's too much backstory you'd have to explain.
And they need to establish their own series. Because this might be a continuation, but it's not SG-1, it's not Atlantis, it's not Destiny. It's its own thing. So they need to establish it before they can expand.
Well, and even with the fun thought from earlier, they could totally have new characters. It wouldn't be the same people leading Atlantis, most likely. It wouldn't be the same people leading SG-1. Like we've all thought, they would probably advance in rank and go throughout all these different things. Who would be leading the SGC? Who would be leading SG-1? Who would be leading? Is Atlantis the SGC head now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Like there would be those questions to ask and answer even within the.
I doubt they'll go that route. I reckon Destiny will go back to the Pegasus Galaxy.
That's kind of my worry. I don't, and I don't know if that is.
I know there was an idea, a few years ago that Atlantis would be parked on the moon and that will become the SGC. But I doubt that will happen. I think that while it's on Earth, they will fit it out with as many human-made weapons as possible, maybe Asgard beam weapons, because obviously the drones are finite. They don't have many of them. They may have hundreds of thousands, but they don't have a way to replace them. So there may be Asgard weapons mounted on some of the towers, Asgard transporters as well, so the transport crystals placed on certain parts of the Atlantis. Maybe they'll construct some docking facilities so that Atlantis can take a number of older Daedalus class ships, because obviously we're going to have new ships. I mean, it's been how many years? We're going to have new ships. So the older ships like the like Daedalus. Does Daedalus still exist?
Whatever that class of ship, whatever that was. I guess
what human ships were killed in the Ori incursion episode?
All of them, but like two,
I think the Orion, was it the Orion that was the only one to survive? Or was the Orion destroyed? Because I think the Daedalus was destroyed, wasn't it?
The Daedalus is gone, I'm pretty sure. This is what Google's for.
Yeah. But maybe some old BC 304s, specifically just to go with Destiny, and then they return to Pegasus Galaxy, and they've got their own small fleet.
Yeah,
maybe.
Oh, the one that survived was the Odyssey.
The Krulev survived, didn't it? It was disabled, but it survived. The Hammond wasn't launched yet. I think the Hammond was named something else. It was they changed the name
to the Hammond
when Sam took over, because it was going to have a different name. So they changed it to Hammond because the actor died. Because
that was in Continuum.
Yeah.
So
that was in Atlantis. The end of season 4. Was it the end of season 4 or during season 5 when Shepard is in the future, and you got the hologram Rodney.
Yeah.
He tells the story of how Sam took command of the Hammond of a ship, and they called it the Hammond. Because General Hammond passed away.
Right.
So I don't remember Hammond being the Hammond actually being called the Hammond in Continuum.
The Odyssey.
It was the Phoenix. It was the Phoenix. It was the Phoenix that was renamed to the Hammond.
Aye.
Because it wasn't finished yet either. Because Sam was complaining in the flashbacks about having to do so much work on it. Yeah. But hey, the Phoenix would have been a great name for that ship, for a ship anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Hammond's the ship that Carter commands in SGU.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was the Hammond. Yeah.
I love how few ships there are. I love that we start whenever Earth is actually building these ships, and we get to go across the series and watch them build the ships, rather than okay, well, they've got a fleet of this over here and a fleet of this over here, and there's that to a degree. And we get all the X-302s at a certain point, so on and so forth, yada yada.
Maybe one of the very first conversations they can have in the first episode is the launch of a new ship. And then say whoever's in command of the SGC is talking to maybe his aide, and his aide says, "Well, does this mean that SGC is obsolete, sir? Because they got so many ships now, you don't need the Stargate."
Well, and I guess we did kind of start it off by talking about stuff like that, and I think that's been the basis of where our rabbit holes typically start. Is are they gonna tell the public that the gate's there, or are they just gonna show that, hey, we have space travel now? I think the space travel makes so much more sense, even though Brad Wright wants to do the whole disclosure for everybody. I think there's
always been an issue with any continuation of Stargate is where is the level of technology we're going to have. We have the Asgard core, a computer's database with everything that they have. And also on that database is all the stuff that was put into O'Neill's mind by that ancient device. So they now got a device with the ancient database as well as the Asgard database.
They can't
where's
take that out of them, though.
No. But think about it this way. The entire database of Atlantis is so big that it would take thousands of people, thousands of years to get through. The Asgard device has a keyword system. Didn't they use a keyword system in one of the episodes towards the end? They keyworded a certain thing. I think it
sounds right.
Was it in the Ark of Truth?
I don't remember well enough to say, but it doesn't sound wrong.
No,
no. Because they would have simplified the operating system for humans.
Yeah.
So they would have likely put in the
it makes sense because they would do that, and just the Asgard are very logical kind of people, so
they would have
have it very well organized, and
they would specifically customize it for humans to use.
The IOA keyword's the replicator.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah, I actually don't think, and we've talked about this before, I don't think having Asgard tech is even remotely an issue with the series. The biggest difference we're going to see is they got beaming technology is going to be the thing we see the most.
Yeah.
Because like I was saying, a lot of people have a concern that Stargate was moving towards Star Trek technology. Beaming technology. Energy weapons.
Yeah.
Faster than light travel. SGC was becoming Starfleet, for crying out loud.
What's the natural progression of things?
It kind of was. Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of what would happen anyway. I think
naturally
didn't exist,
Well, I have my very limited knowledge of Star Trek, me watching chronologically. Enterprise doesn't start off with beaming technology.
They do. The very first episode.
They start off with it.
You've watched it. Not that long ago. The very first episode.
Yeah,
but weren't they using it?
It is the very first time they've ever transported a human doing something like that, and that is because I rewatched that episode literally 2 days.
But they say at the very beginning the first time they introduced the beam technology in Enterprise, it's supposed to be capable of transporting biologicals,
Sure.
human, people,
And they're still really hesitant about it because they've never done it before.
yeah, but yet they do it so often.
Well, yeah, they get into it because it's, I'm assuming, just a Star Trek staple.
Well, later on in the series of the show, you haven't gotten. How far in are you? A season? 2 seasons?
I'm at season 2, episode 20, but I'm rewatching as much as I can before I actually get back into the watching alongside members and all that.
You got a lot of fun stuff to see later coming.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm intrigued. But I guess that point was to just say Star Trek Enterprise and where we are. What year does Star Trek Enterprise happen? 100 years from now?
About
50
that,
years from now, 80 years from
about
now,
100 years,
from now,
about 100,
something like
about
that.
100.
Yeah. Because there's like a World War III in between there.
Oh wow, okay, I didn't realize.
I
guess that kind of
and the eugenics war that happens immediately after World War. Well, not far off off World War III.
Yeah.
Oh no, is that World War IV? I can't remember if it's four. If it World Wars.
Well, I've just only.
I
heard
think the eugenics war. The eugenics war became World War IV.
Okay.
If I remember rightly.
Makes sense.
Oh wow, well, that's wild. I just don't think. Sure, okay, we might be leaning towards what a Star Trek would be for Stargate, just naturally progression wise for time.
Right.
But it's not. If we got the type of Asgard technology, wouldn't we immediately advance 100, 200, 300 years in the future? Maybe even more than that technically, but like our technology would advance because it's not ultimately all that more complicated than it is. But I guess we were on a progression of technology one way or another. So we jumped not too super far into the future.
Right.
It's not dissimilar to where Enterprise is. It's technically just right about where Enterprise is. And I don't think that's ultimately a big deal when Stargate has the Ancients, the Ori, and the Planet Builders hanging out.
Technically, Shadow, the Ori do not exist anymore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they still were a part of Stargate in that sense. Where
but they were killed off. That device detonated.
That's a different point. It's the aspect of that.
Don't forget Adria.
Deal that they have the technology they have in Stargate right now because of the things they have supersede technology one way or another. The things that have already been introduced in mainline Stargate 20 years ago already way like the Ancients could take out anybody from Star Trek besides a Q. I don't know a whole bunch about a Q, but I know enough about Star Trek to know that's the truth, and I think the Ancients have been in Stargate since episode like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Like it's early on. They've long since introduced things that I think throw the whole, well, it's too close to Star Trek now kind of thought completely out of the water. I think that
I don't think it's going to be Star Trek. I really don't.
Especially with it remaining modern.
But it's just kind of science fiction similarities.
Yeah. Like if that's the case, hey, Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek. Hey, if that's the case, so is Babylon 5. If that's the case, so is do-do-do-do and da-da-da-da. They don't have all of these things beholden to them. Same way, sure, Star Wars has a lightsaber.
Well, that depends.
There's a lot of energy
when you bring Battlestar Galactica into it. I mean, which version of Battlestar Galactica, the original or the new one?
Yes,
the new one. They still had projectile weapons. It didn't have energy weapons. So comparing that would be different because they had an FTL drive. That was it. That was the most advanced tech they had was the FTL drive. I mean, the Viper's engines are an engine that we could actually build now if we, put heads together.
Right.
The technology can be built now. We just don't know how. It's essentially the engines in a Viper in Battlestar Galactica, the new one, are literally just like multi-fuel engines. They burn in an atmosphere, so they are jets as well as another form of aerospike rockets or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
propulsion necessarily,
So-
but
No.
hmm
So, I mean, the technology is very close to what we have. Whereas in Star Trek, we are nowhere near it.
hmm
But Battlestar Galactica, we are actually not that
Yeah.
far off if you think about the technology.
Right.
Except for the FTL, obviously.
Yeah. Which that would be cool, but anyway.
yeah.
Then you end up with Event Horizon happening.
Elon, if you're watching this, you need to think about the
Windows,
engines
please.
in.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm sure he sits around and watches us. Yep.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm
The
pretty
dude's on the
sure.
internet a lot, so maybe.
Spore Drive. That was stupid.
Spore drive. Jesus.
That was dumb.
That
Even
this
the,
is a great-
even the JJ
question.
Abrams warp drive was stupid as well, because you could only have one speed apparently, and then they broke it in the very first movie. Because then they had an advanced warp drive which would go faster. It's like, well, what's the point?
Joey After Midnight's been saying a few interesting things. This one's wrong.
Mhm.
Earth was left with no enemies. Take Earth out, put it in a time loop, let the Lungarans re-encounter all the old bad guys. Earth was not left with no enemies. Earth was left with maybe
Pollution
more enemies
Alliance.
than they've ever had before. Like the other ones were just more defeated. The Goa'uld were coming back. The Ori, if they ever have the time to come back, they will come back. You can best believe that. And
Oh yeah, the Goa'uld
Lucian
will come back,
Alliance?
but the Lucian Alliance is the main.
The
threat
Lucian
in the
Alliance, I
Milky
think,
Way.
is that's what I was just thinking. They're
They
the biggest
have-
threat out there.
They have captured. We don't know how big their fleet is, but they've got
No.
pretty much as many Goa'uld motherships as they could possibly get their hands on.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
who's to say a lot of the non-system lords didn't have? Like, we don't really know the economic structure of Goa'uld society. We really
Right.
only ever figured out about the system lords. Who's to say
Mhm.
there aren't like merchant Goa'ulds that have far
Right.
bigger fleets than Ra ever did? Who's to
Mhm.
say there's not? I mean, sure, they might not be fighting for the guy, kind of like the rest of the Jaffa and the other Goa'uld, the system lords would be,
Mhm.
but who's to say there's not larger Goa'uld that were kind of just playing the field, and now that the field's been played,
Right.
hey, it's my turn. I'm a Goa'uld. I got to take over. Blow
Right.
me, glowy eyes, dark voice, rah, real quick.
Yeah.
You know, It's-
I
Yeah.
like what I thought was it last week when I said the Goa'uld, they join up with the Tok'ra, and they learn to be Tok'ra as opposed to
Mhm.
Goa'uld, because there's no way that they can
Right.
ascend to the power that they had before. So
No.
they will, because the Tok'ra are technically Goa'uld, then
Mhm.
they've got somewhere they can go and ask for forgiveness.
Right.
All they have to do is give up the host and then have a voluntary host take, let them.
Why do that when you got a sarcophagus?
Maybe a host,
Like,
maybe a host.
Simply
Maybe-
put, from
Yeah.
trying to put ourselves in the perspective of the Goa'uld, hey, these people have rebelled against us, screwed us over, completely messed us up over and over again. Our entire species has now been subjugated to
Mhm.
the smallest it's been since we got out of our pond.
Yeah.
Why would we go to the Tok'ra? I think it would make much more sense for the Goa'uld to completely separate themselves from the Tok'ra and try to, if they were to bring themselves to the Tok'ra, it
Yeah.
would be to infiltrate, to destroy them. I think, if anything, they'd
Yeah.
be 10 times more mad at the Tok'ra, whoever's left behind, than ever before. They got sarcophagus. They don't need a freaking host that's going to die in 50 years or 100 years, 200 years.
Yeah.
Whatever the being is, that's counterintuitive and counterproductive from the Goa'uld perspective, I believe.
Yeah, but a Goa'uld will live on. The host dies
Right.
after a couple of 100 years.
They got to
It's only the
find
host.
another host.
Yeah.
We've seen
but-
a lot of Tok'ra
Yeah,
die.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but if they go, you go
Yeah.
to any sick person and ask them, would you, rather live on and have another mind in your head, inside you, have another being inside you that can heal you.
Yeah.
You're going to give it real consideration.
But a lot of people are going to say
Yeah.
no still.
Are
And
they?
I
though?
think the Goa'uld oh yeah, I would say no.
Are they?
I wouldn't. Would you say yes? I'm not going to have somebody.
I
Take
don't know.
over.
I mean, I'm not in the position where I'd, I'm not in a position where I would need to make the choice.
We see
I'm
very
not sick.
few
I'm
people
not.
make
I'm
that
not on my.
choice.
If you're on your deathbed and
Sure.
you want to live, you will try and take any option you want. You can find.
And maybe with peace in the galaxy, kind of right now, peace in the galaxy, quote unquote, with the Lucian Alliance. The Tok'ra, the remaining Tok'ra, may have a little bit more time to go find those things, find those people. But as we saw in the series, the Tok'ra were just as much on the decline as the Goa'uld, if not far more.
Yeah, but that was only because they were fighting the Goa'uld, and the Goa'uld were capturing and killing them.
Well, sure.
They didn't have a queen. They didn't
The
have a queen,
Goa'uld-
so
No
because
queen anymore
Illyria
to
was
make.
killed.
So
Illyria
they'd
died.
have to
So
convert Goa'uld.
they would have to convert Goa'uld to be a Tok'ra. Yeah, exactly.
Which would make sense from the Tok'ra perspective, but again, the Goa'uld, hey, I got a sarcophagus.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it. I think there still would be some that would go to the Tok'ra for whatever reasons. I think there would be both.
I would be sure as well.
Melvin, get away from Baphomet. All of them. All of them.
Oh, please don't tell me you wouldn't be if you was on your deathbed.
No. If my life is
if you're in that position and you're given the option, you would seriously consider it.
I'd consider it, but I wouldn't want my existence to be contingent on a separate being controlling me like a meat puppet. Whether I get to choose when they do that or not.
Right.
Hey, I don't know what's next. I'll figure it out.
Hey,
even that's sort of like the Trill in Star Trek. That thing, same kind of thing. Yeah.
Was that a separate galaxy?
Seems like I have some vague recollection. Oh my gosh, I can't say that word. Vague memory.
Yeah, when Sam blows up the when Sam blows up the star.
Oh, okay.
They go to a different galaxy. What galaxy was that? That they had replicators, and that ship was not Asgard either. So maybe the replicators can come back.
No. Please.
I don't
even really want the Goa'uld to come back. That has just been beat to death. It's like,
there's only one Goa'uld that people would be happy to come back because he can physically. Anubis.
Yeah.
I was touched at all because of the clones.
That can come back.
Yeah.
Yet he was still a stupid Goa'uld. Power, the hunger for power really makes you stupid.
Yeah.
Because even though it's supposed to be this intelligent, have access to the ancient knowledge of the Ascended, he still did nothing with it. Because he would be breaking the rules. He was breaking the rules left, right, and center the whole bloody time.
Yeah.
But he never broke the rules by doing that. He literally sent people out to find things that the ancient knowledge told him it was there.
Or was he afraid of losing? Well, I mean, that's what you were saying. Like if he used it, he would immediately lose it.
Yeah.
The Milky Way needs new superheroes.
Great. Now we're going to have Stargate, the Marvel series.
What do you mean? We had that in season 2 or 3, like episode 3 with those little wristbands. Like, come on.
Yeah. I'd say that.
Y'all see this though? It was the Ida galaxy. She destroyed the star in Milky Way, but Ida is the galaxy of the home galaxy.
Ida, the home galaxy that the Asgard abandoned.
The Asgard.
Because of the replicators, right?
Yeah.
And then the other one's the Ori home galaxy. We don't have a name for it necessarily, but then there's another galaxy that the Asgard went to after Ida.
Okay.
Well, there were 3, weren't there, if I remember rightly?
Yeah.
Milky Way, Ida, and Othala. and then minimum of 38 seeded galaxies from the Destiny. Surprise.
Yeah.
The Adria galaxy, of course.
Yeah.
That's what we'll call the Ori.
Yeah. Yep.
The only reason Adria survived was because she was dying when she got there, and the device went off before she died. So when she was just before she died, she ascends, but she had already that device had already gone off before she did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason she survived.
So
she's out there anyway.
The new Stargate.
No,
Yeah.
I think she's a bit
Could
too
be.
busy She's too busy fighting. What's her name? I can't remember her name.
She was just in some movie
Organa?
about.
Not Omidasala.
No, the other one.
Morgan Le Fay.
Morgan Le Fay. That's the one.
Yep.
Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Stanley's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Adria's a bad penny. She'll turn up.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
other
could.
thing
There's a lot of things.
Joey After Midnight was saying earlier that was kind of interesting was he was saying the best thing, I'll paraphrase what his comment was earlier was
Mm-hmm.
the Langarans would be the best way to bring Stargate back. Let Jonas lead a team to get all the things combined. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I love it. Like that would be my fan fiction right there, but it's not.
Yeah.
As much as I would love it to be.
It would be nice to see Jonas again. Hopefully we get that.
It'd be nice to see
Jonas
anyone again. It'd be
Mhm.
nice to see anyone again.
Yeah.
You want to know who's more important?
I'm rooting for Master Sergeant Siler. I always am.
Silent.
Viva Siler and Viva Walter.
Away from the face, big guy.
Yeah. They started having too much fun with that later in the series.
It's some of the best parts.
Yeah. Well. All right,
I like
even
the
like
fact
an
that
hour
the
and a
whole-
half now, so we gotta. Anyway.
We are in that hour and a half
Mhm.
mark. If we want to
Mhm.
start slowing down, we can. The safety jacket guy.
Yeah.
What? I totally just brain farted a minute ago. I had a thought that just Jonas. That's what I was thinking was
Mhm.
you know who else is more totally useful than Eli? Jonas. Because
Yeah.
Is he though?
yeah. I think
Really?
he proved it multiple times over. Eli has
Did he?
like the chance to prove himself about 4 or 5 times on the Destiny in 2 seasons. Jonas
got
proved himself.
He got
Every
a Gould
episode,
to fall in love with him, so you know.
I feel
wait,
so bad
no.
for Brendan.
Didn't the host fall in love with him? And the Gould.
I thought it
couldn't
was the
help but
Gould
feel
because the
emotions?
thing was like they were always, or it was both, kind of. I guess. Because I thought there was a big deal made out of like, a Gould can have these feelings. Like they seem surprised by it. That she would really sacrifice herself or whatever for their mission they were trying to do.
Well, don't forget, Jonas's people
Oh.
had been experimented on
Mhm.
by the Gould in the past, so
Yes.
they were on a separate evolutionary path
Mhm.
to most humans in the galaxy.
Right.
So there's a reason why
The Langaran?
potentially,
Mhm.
yeah. There's a reason why she might have been able to have influence emotionally over the Gould, literally because it's in their DNA.
Mhm.
See, that would be
That's-
fun to explore. And it's disappointing they never did.
Yeah, yeah.
As
There's just so many things to explore. I mean, just
Daniel Jackson
So much.
till the cows come home, but
What are the Langarans going to have now? Their own version of the F-303 or the F-302s?
right.
Jonas, what have you been doing?
They finally find peace on their planet. Who knows? But
Well, it wouldn't be a Naquadria
the Naquadria.
reactor.
yeah,
Would y'all be? Would it make you eye roll, or would it make sense if, when this new series comes in, if we eventually do get Jonas coming back, just for like an episode or two,
Mhm.
You know-
later down the road, and he's the leader of the planet, and he's brought the Langarans together. Do you think
cool.
that
he was on that path, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, he was trying. Yeah, but they kind of weren't having it. But maybe now, yeah. Yep.
The Empire of Langara.
If they do timey-wimey, that would be the quickest way for me to leave watching Stargate. I will, if they do timey, as much fun as that might be for like a fanfic thing or something, Joey, that would lose the entire fan base like that. And
unless they want to do it like a funny one-off kind of thing, but it'd have to be done right. And it'd have to kind of not mean, but not, and especially since they're going to have what we're expecting, 10 to 13 episodes of that. You don't really have time for a lot of that. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. I just 10, 15 episodes. You just said something else that is going to be important. I've been thinking about it a lot. The last, I guess, couple of days, since Sunday. I feel like, and as much as I do enjoy having something to shoot for, something to lead into. Damn it, David. In the middle of my backswing.
In the middle of my backswing.
Sorry, what was I saying?
I don't know.
Oh my God,
I have no idea. You didn't say anything.
We're talking about Jonas and then Jonas Brothers and then I don't know.
Oh, it was something. It was
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
God, I'll think about it in the next 2 weeks. I said miss right as I read things as they come in, and it messes me up sometimes. Oh, thank you, Stanley's. Oh my God, thank you. Are you trying to say they need to make 16 to 24 episodes per series?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I am the type of person. I prefer the TV that has something to say. I prefer the projects that have something to say. That lead into something, have arcs for you to follow, all those different things. That being said, I love me some good Monster of the Week stuff. Stargate did a really good thing by making those Monster of the Week. It was Monster of the Week, but instead of
to start out,
instead of Andor, where it's like your first 4 episodes, your second 4 episodes, and your third 4 episodes, or this arc, which I think is the most efficient way to do things.
That was cool.
I appreciate that Stargate didn't do that all the time, and every 4 or 5 episodes, because they had the 22 to 24 episodes typically, or 20 to 22, that they could pick back up with that thread, pick back up, and keep things moving along. That being said, and I am the guy, like I said, that I love having those arcs to digest and really have those stories over multiple episodes to really get into. I ultimately think Stargate, the more I sit with it, needs to be the Monster of the Week. I don't think 8 or 10 episodes. I feel like 8 or 10 episodes is doable. 6 or 8, even 10 is it's too shy. And my biggest worry, the thought that keeps bringing this up, is everything on TV, whether it's Landman or Tulsa King, are the two things that I was kind of catching up on yesterday, or if it's Foundation or Andor or Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate, all these different things. It's all leading to a big bad. And Stranger Things is the big thing right now. Is they had no idea that Vecna was going to be a villain until season 4, or still after season 3 was being written. It's obvious that the Duffer Brothers did not plan out a single thing for Stranger Things down the line. They might have had some ideas that they left threads open for, but it is damn obvious that, okay, so we're going to start this season off by showing Vecna and Will in season 1. that definitely didn't happen in season 1 because we didn't have this idea 5-10 years ago. So like there is that, and I feel like those big bads are that everyone feels like they need a Thanos. Everyone feels like they need a Palpatine. Everyone feels like that end has to be there.
Everyone thinks they need an Anubis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You do need a major villain for the end.
Yeah. Fernlings.
But that's the end.
But I don't think that it would be a smart idea for Stargate to have the penultimate villain. Major villains along the line again.
A coalition of villains, maybe.
Yes, precisely. I don't want the Thanos. There needs to be big bads, but I think it would be a disservice for it to end up just being another of the big bad. You know, I know that took a second to come back and think of, but is it that where are you with that?
I don't know. I mean, the whole issue is the format that they're going to use. If it's going to go, I don't mind the monster of the week. You can have a monster of the week. You can have an arc villain at the end. The final boss.
Totally.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's the format they make it. If it's streaming format, 10 episodes, it's not going to. I mean, it's not going to be as anticipated. If that makes any sense, because it's not enough of a show. I mean, 10 episodes, it can get you interested. It can, I'm interested in seeing what happens in the next season.
Yeah.
But the longer the series goes on, if we've got like 26 weeks, let's say we've got 20, 21 episodes. That's 20 weeks at least of the year. That's more than half the year, for crying out loud. And then we're going to have to wait a year for the season 2. At least a year.
If
they
not
need
2, yeah.
The problem is they tend to go, oh, that was a great thing. We got so many great views, but we're not going to wait. We're going to slow down and say you're going to have 2 years to make it, and then the 3rd year they're going to drop it. You need it every year. You cannot. I mean, they tried it with Stargate. No, not Stargate. Star Trek.
Yeah.
So with Strange New Worlds and Discovery, they tried it. They started off. They had a year in between, a full year, over a year in between seasons. That's ridiculous. You need it every year. You cannot have a 2 to 3 year gap, because that is absolutely ridiculous, because you're going to lose interest.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. The thing is, if you have a year, people will spend half a year watching the show for 20 to 21 episodes. And then before the show starts again, for next season, especially on streaming, you're going to binge the first season so that you've refreshed it in your mind. That's what I used to do. But I haven't got anything to watch lately that I can do that with, because except for Fallout.
Yeah. Which I gotta watch a lot of things.
Podcast. Yeah. We'll be talking episodes 5 to 8. Season 1 recap.
I need to get out of here soon, guys. So
yeah, we are an hour 45 in today already, which is insane that we're already this long into it. I think we've covered.
Yeah, I think we decided. I don't know. Did we decide anything? It doesn't matter.
I think Rush and the Destiny were worth saving.
Yeah. Yep.
The crew
about it.
Is TBD.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's a big maybe. It's a big maybe, I think.
It's not whether Destiny. Yeah. It's not whether Destiny needs saving. It's whether Stargate Universe itself needs saving.
Yeah, that's kind of true too.
That's the ultimate question. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd say it does. It does need saving. Will they do it? Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
We'll see.
Especially for the first season or 2.
The fan base wants it, though.
That's true.
Well, the fan base, because I mean, when the show was on, barely anyone watched it. But you got to remember that this is a time when people were still watching it on TV. If you missed an episode, you missed the episode. You can't watch it until it's rerun. And on Sky, they would rerun the previous episode before the new one on Sky. Right. But on terrestrial TV, like with Stargate when I was younger, you miss an episode, that episode's gone. They don't repeat.
until it comes out on.
Thankful for streaming now.
Yeah. Yep. His soundboard. Fun
Showing off.
for fun with soundboards. Anyway.
There's a soundboard?
There's definitely.
All right. That's where the show is going right now. Time to.
Oh, excuse me. Hold up.
You got to drop the bomb now.
Oh, about to die laughing and coughing at the same time. That is probably it for today. We've discussed whether that Destiny and the crew on board are worth saving, and it's a big TBD. Ultimately, we think there are members of both that are worth saving.
It's not to be decided. It is a fact. They do it. The entire show needs saving.
Yeah,
for Destiny, everyone needs saving. We need to know what happened. Full stop.
There's a difference between needs and worth saving, and I think that was the differentiation we were trying to make today.
Is it worth saving? If it worth saving, it's implied when they say need saving.
Yeah,
maybe
I'd say it needs saving, which implies it is worth it. Just saying.
That could be argued. Yes.
Some characters could do without.
That is also true.
I think Chloe had been played out a bit. I mean, for the most part, she didn't do a lot, and then all of a sudden she did a lot, and then all of a sudden, no one really cares.
Yeah, I don't know. The development of her character wasn't great.
The most important thing for her character, I think, was her relationship with Scott.
Oh, I don't think remotely. Yeah. I think that was just fluff. I think the most important thing that happened to her was getting that alien DNA inside of her and actually giving her character things to do on the show after that, which was great at that point. It just took a minute and a half to get. Oh, Yorkshire. It was a really fun one if you run it back. We'll be talking Fallout tomorrow if you want to come hang. We're watching or discussing episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8 of season 1. All that being said, though, let's go ahead and do this housekeeping and laundry list. Before we do ours, Melvin, Sarah, where can people find y'all, and what do y'all have coming out just yourselves?
Well, my channel is Sarah6226, which that might be changing, but that's what it is for now. I just recorded a video yesterday of my thoughts on the Stargate series coming out and what I'd like to see in it. Haven't posted it yet, but hopefully I'll get that out next couple days here. That's about it for me.
Find me on Quest RRC on YouTube, and I've been saying I've been going to do certain thing, but I haven't been doing it because last week my internet went down, which was absolutely insane. So I was without internet for most of the time. So yeah, trying to get around to it, but keep an eye out.
All right. Well, y'all go check out that stuff. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know the deal. You're probably already subscribed to the old Quest down there, and if you're not, you know what to be doing. And if you're not following Sarah after she gets into the nitty gritty, after we get into the nitty gritty here, y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Also, I have dubbed Melvin the sci-fi historian because he knows everything. He won't say that. He'll be humble, but literally,
I don't know shit.
In more
I know shit.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm talking about half the time.
Well, it makes it entertaining one way or another. All that being said, y'all check them out. Tomorrow, though, our housekeeping for SciTrek around these parts, we do have the Radical Wasteland podcast with Greg and I, and Sarah's coming by again, right?
Yes, I got to watch the episode. But yes.
Just a couple episodes.
Yes. I'm not a permanent part of the show. I'm just talking about the television show because that's all I know. But
well, as long as you want to hang for the TV side of things, we've got about 10 weeks of greatness. I'm so excited. They did officially say that season 3 is being worked on already, pre-production, I believe. Cool. And it is green lit, but they've already technically not green lit, but announced 6 seasons of Fallout. So we have a lot to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
All that does that mean we're gonna have more seasons of Fallout than we had games?
Probably.
No. I don't know. Because there's Fallout 2, 3, New Vegas, Fallout 4, Fallout Shelter, Fallout 76. Then there's Brotherhood of Steel. Then there's Brotherhood of Steel Tactics.
Yeah, but if we've got like 4 more years or so, they could split and we could get another show by the end of it.
Yeah.
In about 3 years.
Well, how well it does.
Maybe we'll look at some more things in the book.
The book. I literally, after we got off that stream on Facebook Marketplace, there was somebody selling it on Marketplace that had just put it up there for, I think, like $40 or $50. And I said, please let me have it, because it's like $160 online or like $120, whatever it is.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is the Destiny Stargate universe telling me to do this right now. And I didn't get there fast enough. They had like 150 messages, what they said. And I missed out on it, sadly, but that is something that is on the radar.
Yeah, it's really cool.
All that being said, though, Radical Wasteland, of course, tomorrow, normal time, 10:30ish, Pacific Standard Time. We will keep you posted about that. Sunday, we have our Sci-Fi Sundays again, and we will see you for Farscape Tree on a Monday if you're a Patreon member.
Yes.
There are a lot of things going on in that show right now, and my brain doesn't want to wrap around half the time until we're there.
Very wacky.
It's so much fun.
But I love it.
I'm so glad we ended up watching Farscape. I'm obviously glad we watched it and are watching it, whatever the correct grammar there is. I usually am not excited to watch things online with people. The reaction kind of aspect of that is kind of my least favorite thing. Even though we still do it every now and then, it's one of my least favorite aspects of things. Right. Just because I don't want to have to put on a show at the same time, as just like digesting what's happening in front of me. And, it's not like you really have to, but you want to make it a good experience for people watching. Farscape is the exact opposite. I'm so glad we're watching that with people because I need people to talk about the weirdness.
Farscape is just like Star Trek, except they speak in Australian accents. Galaxy, everyone in the universe speaks English, but in an Australian accent.
But didn't they explain that by everybody has like these little nanobots or something put in them so they can understand all the universal.
Everybody got the universal translator there. It's all good now.
That's very Star Trek.
I love the Australians. I've been doing New Zealand.
Stargate doesn't worry about that. Just everybody speaks English.
or you have Paul McGillian play Colonel Beckett. Yes. Carson Beckett. There we go. Scottish man. I couldn't remember the name for a second, and that was going to hurt my soul.
I thought he actually was like a Scottish actor.
We're probably about to head out of here, but we're just hanging out. But
he does have Scottish. He's of Scottish descent, though, isn't he?
Ancestry, but he's not like from speaks the Scottish.
So basically, what it is he's probably lived a lot of time or spent a lot of time with family that have a strong Scottish accent. Yeah, to be able to pick it up.
I didn't go
that Scrooge McDuck kind of Scottish accent is. I love it so much. He just kind of plays with it. It's a lot of fun.
That was kind of half Scottish, half Irish.
The Irish is higher, but
that sounded Welsh.
Well, I can't do Welsh. I might have to take some classes on those.
All you have to do to sound Welsh is be angry. All the time.
Okay, so just pretend I'm Christian Bale on the set of the Terminator.
That's what Al Murray says anyway. They've always got an attitude.
That Christian Bale thing. That was a minute ago.
Anyway. It cracks me up. The one that's been really fun as of late, I've been doing my New Zealand accent a lot, and New Zealand's just a lot of fun to do because the cadence of just how they speak, it has those highs and the lows, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to talk like it. It screws with your brain. It's fun. But anyway, Dingo took my baby back ribs, and we are about to baby back out of here.
Get in my belly.
The what?
Get in my belly.
I ain't doing that one. Anyway, it has been a great stream, y'all.
Later.
Thank y'all for hanging. We will see y'all tomorrow morning. Go check out Sarah 6226 and Quest RRC. Y'all know where they are. Hang out with them and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you first thing tomorrow.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Adios.